let's hope that the connection will work. My name is Leena Isotalo. I work as a customer manager at OSAO. In addition to me, this seminar will be attended by Mr. Esa Lahtela, who is the CEO of OSAO Edu, and Mrs. Niina Nissinen. Niina is responsible for international affairs in our unit, and there is also Harri Visuri, who was head of the cleaning service department. Esa and Niina will present our college to you, and then the cleaning education you are applying for. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask during or after the presentation. You can also post questions in the chat. First, shall I give the floor to Mr. Esa Lahtela. Please, Esa.
Okay, thank you very much, and you are warmly welcome to our webinar about cleaning services and program here in OSAO Vocational Consortium in Oulu. I think, could Leena please share this document what we have prepared to this webinar. Thank you. So my name is Esa Lahtela, and I'm Managing Director of OSAO Edu, and at the same time I'm working as a Social and Healthcare Unit Director in OSAO Kontinkangas, and we are located in Oulu, in Finland, middle of Finland, so to speak. And could you, Niina, show this map? Okay, we are having 8 educational units which are located here in Oulu area, and we are also having OSAO Edu Limited. We are kind of serving these market-related programs to international cooperation, and we are also having Virpinimi Sports Institute in the Oulu area. We have totally 8 educational units, and 3 of them are located here in Oulu city area. Here is this services unit, the technology unit, and social and healthcare unit Kontinkangas, and then we are having units in Haukipudas, Muhos, Kempele, and also Pudasjärvi and Taivalkoski. So we are located here in middle of Finland. We are having around 200 kilometers away from the Arctic Circle, Rovaniemi, and the distance from Oulu to Helsinki is around 540 kilometers. Please go ahead, Niina. So there we're having kind of numbers of OSAO, and we are having 8,500 students and around 900 employees at the moment, and 2,400 graduations per year. And student years are around 7,000, and our student satisfaction rating is 2.27 from grade 1 to 5, so it's quite high. And we are also having quite good attractiveness of education is 1.2, so we are having more applicants than we are having starting places in our vocational college. And we are having almost 7,000 co-operational partners, and our operating revenues are almost 90 million euros per year.
Okay.
And we are developing vocational education and training together with our working life here in Oulu area, of course, but we are serving whole Finland, mainly Oulu area, and of course Lapland is quite big area nearby. And development is part of our everyday work, and the most important goal is, of course, to ensure the high quality and up-to-date teaching and also learning environments. And we are using lots of efforts and money yearly basis in order to have teaching pedagogical needs reached, and of course these environments have to be up to date all the time.
Yeah.
And we are arranging vocational education and training in all vocational fields and for all age groups over 15 years old. So we are having younger people and adult people, the same groups mainly. And we are developing and providing educational services in cooperation with working life, of course. And that's the biggest reason why we are existing. And these are the vocational fields at Osao. We are having culture, natural resources and environment, social sciences, business and administration, social services, health and sports, technology, communication and transport sector, tourism, catering and domestic services, and natural sciences. And this cleaning program is located to our technology unit, and I think next slides are telling about the program itself and objective of vocational education. So from my point of view, thank you, and if you would like to ask some questions, feel free to ask.
So I would like to come in here. This is I'm the director for Akseli Global, and we have a couple of other programs that we did, and then we are looking out that this program will bring the people or the applicants to understand what actually it's all about. So if you can elaborate a little bit on most of the questions that we get from the applicants is like, okay, cleaning and property management, what is it about? Where can I work? And all of those stuff. So if you can elaborate or throw light on that, because cleaning in Africa is different perspective from what we do in Finland. So if you can a little bit explain or expand it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, Nina, would you like to start next?
Yeah, thank you, Esa. A good presentation. There is some content what we are going to show you next, and please feel free to ask and write down those questions you might have, and as soon as we will send you the material, we can also add those questions and answers to the, for example, the email, so it would be more easier to read it also afterwards. And we can ask from the professional teachers, but they are not joining us today. They weren't able to join us, unfortunately. But here's the content, and Mr. Esa Lahtela already told you about Osao, our vocational college here in the middle of Finland. And then we go through with the objectives, content of the education training, about these two units we are offering you. And then let's see the rough plan of this schedule and what's the studying about here also. And then I'll show you the teachers and other persons' contact information. So here you can find the objective of the vocational education and training we are now offering you. Education training, skills demonstration, events and assessments of the units of the vocational qualification is cleaning and property services. So this is the name of the vocational qualification, cleaning and property services. And we are offering these two units, maintenance cleaning services and deep cleaning services. These both are like these 30 competence points as we speak about them. The education training focus on studying the content areas of the above mentioned units of this vocational qualification, and also strengthening Finnish language skills and like Finnish as a second language. Of course, increasing knowledge of Finnish society, our culture, and our working life. Aim of the education training is to enable students to work in Finnish working life in the basic tasks of cleaning and property services. So that's the aim. And estimated duration, what we had like planned at least earlier, it was like starting from the January or February next year, and it lasts like 15 months. Maybe summer 2026 might be the end date or time. So something more specific information about these two units, this maintenance and cleaning services and deep cleaning services, are coming next. So we, in a national wide, we have these same requirements for the vocational competence, for example, in this maintenance cleaning services, and the requirements can be seen here. There are 4. Like planning and maintenance cleaning services at the customer site, carrying out maintenance, cleaning and other service tasks at the customer site, acting in customer service situation and as a work community member, compliance with occupational safety. And we have these links here, so you can find it easily in the internet with more amount of text, more deeply descriptions. And the other unit is deep cleaning services, and the requirements are like similar, but they have these certain things that are different. But planning and deep cleaning services at the customer site, carrying out deep cleaning services at the customer site, acting in customer service situation and as a work community member, and compliance with occupational safety. And again, there is this link where you can actually see what kind of things are inside it. Yes. So these two units of this vocational qualification. Then there is the slide about theoretical studies and on-the-job learning and how it is structured. And school days here in Finland are from Monday to Friday. The school day is around 6.5 hours per day. And during the day, there is a 30-minute lunch break and a couple of shorter breaks too. Here at school, at our premises, students study and practice cleaning tools, cleaning machines, surface material, cleaning products, occupational hygiene, occupational safety issues, and basics of first aid. That's important too. And at school and at the working places, these are learning places. Students study Finnish society, culture, and working life culture. And practical cleaning work is practiced during the on-the-job learning periods at cleaning workplaces, so these enterprises companies. Practical on-the-job learning. At the workplace, the student is guided by a workplace tutor, and the school teacher visits a couple of times during the working period. So there are these mentors in the companies, so those tutors who are more or less responsible that the student is coping well and doing the right things. Your own competence is demonstrated at the on-the-job learning facility by doing cleaning work. So both of these units, they will be evaluated in the company while the student is doing the actual work. This is kind of a rough schedule for the 15 months. The studies start with intensive Finnish language studies. And then there are these theory studies, vocational studies. And then comes the first practical learning in companies. So this on-the-job learning period. Then we invite the students back to school for the next theory studies before they will enter back to the working life to do the second practical learning. And when it's finished, then there will be this competence demonstration. And this is kind of these theory studies and practical learnings in companies. It's about the first unit, and then again we invite the students back to school for the second unit. It starts with theory studies, and then there are practical learning in a company, and then we invite the students back to school for the next theory studies before they enter again to the working life and do this, the second, or this is actually the fourth, practical learning in the company. And there is also this competence demonstration. It's it will be evaluated with like the tutor, mentor, and teacher. And after the theory studies and these practical learning periods, there will be this short time when there are these final actions here at school. We would like to have a feedback and do some general tasks with the students. For example, we prepare these CVs and we start looking for the jobs and these kind of things. And of course, there will be these certificates after the school is over and everything has been done as agreed. We also have holidays here. So there are mentioned some of those weeks that are not quite fixed, but almost. So we have 1 week winter holiday. It's typically in March. Then we have a summer break in July 2025. We have a 1 week autumn holiday and around 2 weeks during Christmas, these holidays. And again, 1 week winter holiday in March. So this is kind of a rough schedule, just to give you some kind of idea how it will be structured. Here are these teachers, these vocational teachers in this cleaning service area, Mrs. Sanna Falin and Mrs. Kirsi Hemmilä. So we have two teachers who have had a very long history in the field of cleaning business. And here we have Finnish language teachers, but they will be, or she or he will be nominated a little later. Administration-wise, there are these Mr. Esa Lahtela, you already have Esa's contact details, and Mrs. Leena-Kaisa Isotalo, who's also joining us today. So very briefly, this is what we are offering for you, these 2 units of this vocational qualification.
Yeah, that was a nice presentation and everything is clearly said. Yeah, to make the applicant understand what we do as a team. So OSA is offering this program so that you that are coming from Africa, you understand that it is not the same as just wiping or cleaning decks. So she wants to tell you that there are a lot of things that you can do. For example, there are machines that we use for deep cleaning, and these machines are not just like common, it is really like some high cleaning product that we have. So yeah, they will take you through all these processes and make sure that you come out right. For example, she also mentioned that they are going to take you for job practice. Now, during the job practice, the school have a teacher assigned for you, and then your teacher is going to help you to get to the place of internship. Now, when you get to internship grounds, you have a supervisor that supervises you on the job training. So, on the job training in Finland, you have a supervisor who is going to assist you and make sure that you do things right. So, from time to time, your class teacher also will be checking on you. Hey, how is it going? Are you able to follow the things? And we have working life also training. So the work life training is to teach you the culture in Finland regarding work, one, and two, help you gain all the skills that you need. And three, they will teach you how to cooperate working in the Finnish society. So these are really good tips that will push you and help your career to be fulfilled. Now, Nina, I have one question for you, but I don't know if the students also will have questions. So another question I would want to ask before the students come on board is, where are the places that a person that enrolls on this program, where can that person work? Which places? Can you mention those places for us? Thank you.
Thank you for your question. And I believe we have a lot of cooperation companies here in the area where we try to find these placements for all the students. They will probably be in a different companies and do different kind of things. And we actually have a very like high quality facilities here at school. So they will school premises. And I'm sure we can deliver this kind of photos or short videos from our facilities so you can get some kind of um, idea what kind of things we have.
That's great.
But many places for the students, yes.
Okay. So after this program, the student can work like in a company that produces food, or like a hospital or places like that, you mean?
Yes, it might be hospitals, it might be factories, or it might be like office buildings.
Okay.
And I'm sure there are like several different kind of companies and sectors.
Yeah,
Yes.
so the person can choose what they want to future after the program work.
I'm sure they will discuss with the teachers which would be the most suitable and accessible.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Tete, do you want to ask them if they have any questions in the students?
Yeah, I don't. I think Nina still have some presentations, or you already done with the presentations?
There are some links at some short videos you can watch. I think they are not like easily shown by this internet connection with these Teams. So you can check those videos. They are short enough, but the one is in Finnish, but you can get the idea, and the other one is in English.
All right.
Okay. So
Okay.
now,
So
if
it's
the students
included
have,
in this presentation.
okay. So if the students have any questions, they raise up their hand and then they ask the question.
So this time is the floor is open for those of you who have questions. So you can raise up your hand and then or send your question in the chat, which is one of the most easiest way, and your questions would be addressed by Nena or whosoever would address it.
Yes, please feel free to ask. I have this idea about this Finland. If you haven't checked anything yet from the internet, but these pictures are from Oulu. Those are winter pictures, but anyway, Oulu and some map and our flag. And these links are also included.
And you can, of course, send the questions afterwards to my email.
Someone rose up their hand.
Yes, please.
Yes, Betty.
Yeah, I want to ask, how do I enroll for this program? And is there any tuition fee for it? Already, can anybody at all enroll to this program? Thank you.
Yeah.
I think you have to discuss with Akseli Global Consulting about this price issue and also enrolling to this program. Akseli Global Consulting is our cooperating company with this program.
Yeah, so to answer her, Esther, I would like to answer the student. So this program is enrolled by us. So when you contact us, we have a link that we send to you now through the chat. You can fill out the form and then we get your details. When you want to apply this program, it's just simple. You register with us and then we take your details, your documents, your CV, your study certificates, we evaluate it, and then we schedule you with the school for an interview. Our tuition fee is 15,500 euros and it has no other hidden charges. We take you throughout the process until you arrive in Finland. So that is all about the process, and if you have other questions too. Did you understand me, Betty? Was the question?
Yes, please. Yes, I did understand you. With the 15,000 euros, do you have to pay all at a go?
Then
No,
we have
please.
we have it like in two batch, but you still have to complete it before you leave your home country because we need the tuition fee receipt to present to the immigration for your process.
All right.
Okay.
So all those things would be discussed with you and planned with you how to go about the whole process when we receive your application. So the first and foremost thing is to just send in your application and then we take it on from there. All right. Bismarck?
Yeah, hello.
Yeah, Bismarck.
Yeah, I would like to know if, I don't know if it has already been presented and I didn't hear about it, but with the 15,000 euros, I want to know what is actually in it. Accommodation, I don't know, one or two things that it's really embedded in the 15,000 euros. So that when we are preparing to come, at least we will know how we are going to go about things.
Yeah, so with the tuition fee, 15,500 euros, it is actually going to the school. It is basically the school tuition fee, we call it. So the tuition fee for the entire program, for the 18-month full program, is 15,500 euros. Now, when you pay that money, we have finished language program on it. So the first entry time will be intensive Finnish language, which covers all this. And after that, we have tuition fee, which is included in your material, in your practicals, and other things for educational purposes. Now, this program is self-financing, so the school is not in the position to cover accommodation or any other thing. In Finland, those living already in Finland, they would have to pay accommodation for themselves. Now, the nice and beautiful thing about all of this is that students still have what we call student housing in Finland. Now, the student housing is more cheaper than the normal private houses. So the applicant, we assist the applicant in applying for student housing in Finland, which is easy to get and not, it wouldn't stress you. Comfortable place to be, whether winter or summer. So, Mr. Bismarck, I don't know if you are satisfied or the question is being answered.
Right. Thank you very much. And please, the final one.
Yeah.
Do students have the opportunity or chance to work during our after school hours?
Yes, please. Students can work, and according to the law in Finland, the student can work, I think, up to 25 or 30 hours. So that is your free time. You have the chance to work part time. Now, during the program, you can work, or after the program, you can work, and nothing stops you from working as a student. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you receive a residence permit as a student, you have 30 hours of work which you can do. So after school hours, after you fulfill your part as a student, you can work as a student. That's for 30 hours for an entire week. Your microphone is muted.
I think we have already passed through all the necessary information about our vocational education, what we are offering here in Osawa and Oulu. And if you have more questions, feel free to send them to us also, and we are able to answer later on also. And we are, of course, giving you this presentation, what we have shown today also.
All right, thank you.
Okay.
Asari, you have a question. Bernard.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Please, pertaining to the accommodation, would be glad if you are able to get a room, or maybe you know the actual amount. You know, you being stranded whenever you move outside the country, it's very painful.
Yeah.
So at least if you are able to know the actual amount, maybe per room, this is the amount you have to pay. Like we, the students, will be at least be okay.
Yeah.
Now, so if there's anything you can do about.
Yeah, we as an organization have all those how do you call information for you, and to give you just a little bit of what you have asked about. In the student accommodation, we have different types of accommodation, which are like shared apartments, we have studio apartments and family apartments. So depending on the one which you want, but usually as a first comer, we advise the students to apply for the shared apartment. And that one you can, the least amount you can pay is from 250 euros up to about 550 euros per room. So that is depending on the location as well. So the location, whether it's in the city center or it's a little bit outskirts of the city, also determines the amount. But the range is between 250 euros and 500 euros per month for student apartment. That's for shared apartment. The what we call the studio apartments are a little bit higher because you get your own room with your own toilets and bath, and you only use the common kitchen with others. But with the shared apartment, you share the toilet, you share the bathroom with a friend, a neighbor, and you use the kitchen also that other people. And it could be about 4 to 6 people in an apartment, or in that kind of shared apartment that is there. So all these things would be discussed and arranged and planned with you once you start the journey or to come on the program with us. So there's nothing to be afraid of or to bother about when it comes to these things. They are all under control for you.
To Nigeria, then we are able to discuss more detail about this possible postponing of this program schedule. if needed.
Okay.
Um,
Asari, do you raise up your hand again for Bernard?
No, please.
Okay, then you can bring your hand down. So, all right.
okay. Does any other person have questions?
Just wanted to add that we have had and we are having at the moment these foreign students also in this cleaning service education and training. So you will see another foreign students too when you arrive here.
That's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really a good news because sometimes the applicants will be worried like, oh, this program for us, but it's good to hear that there are other international students that have already come or coming and they will make new friends and yeah, this is really good to hear. Does anybody have questions? Any students having questions? Okay, so if there aren't any questions, then probably I think we can bring the meeting to an end. What do you think?
Yes, thank you very much for your attention of this webinar, and hopefully we will see some of you or all of you here in Oulu someday.
Yeah, so hopefully we meet in all. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for joining. And I believe Lena, Kaisa, or Esa will send you the presentation material so you can check it whenever you want with the links and the videos. And we will give you more information and about the working places and stuff. So there will be more information.
All
Okay,
right.
I'll send it. Thank you, able to organize this and that you were able to participate.
Okay.
Yes.